Previously on Inside MotoAmerica, pressure to rise.
Clear the grid, clear the grid.
The man of the moment who has been pretty much unbeatable in MotoAmerica this season, Jake Gagne, a healthy points advantage.
I think we're closer than ever to be able to beat Jake. That's the target.
Oh, Baz is down.
I go for it, I try everything, and I give everything I have.
Baz makes a quick stab up underneath Schultz as they go down through turn 4. Schultz is trying to get that space back, and Baz moves him out of the way.
Baz just lunged, lunged like he does.
Ended up touching a little bit there.
Bike just shut off. So I just grabbed the clutch and tried to make it back to the pit.
It's getting a little bit frustrating, and we just got to find a little bit extra to keep up with those Yamahas,
We're looking at a rider who has won with his motorcycle and his crew.
Came out of turn 1 after the checkered flag, and I was looking back. I was like, who's coming in second? And Tony comes around the corner. I was like, oh yeah, man, that's great. I was pumped for him. I'm pumped for the team. Anytime we can go 1-2 on a day, that's just amazing.
Oh, feels really good.
Now we're sitting at all these wins, and it's pretty surreal. We got a really big points lead, but it doesn't change our attitude. We go to New Jersey and we do the same thing that got us to this point. We go out there and try to win.
For sure there's a rivalry brewing.
For any time they're that aggressive on the track, it tends to perpetuate into the next event.
I was just kind of sizing him up.
Kind of caught up to Jake slightly.
And there was smoke coming off the tires, and they were just bumping each other.
I think if we just keep on pressuring him, something could happen.
There's not a rivalry like the Sharks and the Jets. We're not going to go out in the thoroughfare and windmill each other.
This is our starting lap period for Superbike Race 1. Bikes are coming out.
Jake Gagne continues to dominate the field, winning both races at Pit Race and extending his own AMA Superbike winning streak record with 13 wins in a row.
I'm excited. It was nice to have a couple weeks off. I know everybody needed it, especially the team and the riders and the crew, everybody. And so it's nice to have a little relaxation before we got these back-to-back bangers here. And yeah, we're here in Jersey. I've always loved this track. I've had great memories here.
Gagne can wrap up the championship in New Jersey.
Maybe tomorrow it'll happen. I'm ignoring the math, ignoring the talk, and we're just doing our job. So.
Matthew Schultz made the podium in both races and sits second in the championship standings, 93 points behind Jake going into New Jersey. He kicked off his race weekend celebrating his birthday on Thursday.
Happy birthday, dude. Day late. Thank you. Awesome, dude. How old are you now? 29. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, dude. You don't look a day over 28. Oh, thanks, bro.
Tony Elias filled in for Josh Herron and rode well for his first time on the Yamaha, finishing on the podium in second for race 1.
I want to do really well and think, okay, this is pressure because I have to do it well if I want to have a seat on this team next year.
Cameron Peterson missed the podium for the 3rd round in a row, but still sits in 3rd overall, 19 points ahead of his teammate Bobby Fong in 4th.
Pittsburgh honestly was a little bit rough, on the rougher side. Unfortunately, 2nd race, 3 laps in, my rear tire spun 180 degrees on the rim, and we had quite a lot of weight on there for some reason, and the chatter I had was on another level.
After a tough race one, Fong ended up on the podium in third for race two.
Beginning of the race, I'm like, whoa, we're going fast. Like, I could actually open the throttle. And I just kind of sat behind Tony and Matt most of the race. But again, I'm happy to be back up here and look forward to New Jersey, and hopefully it's dry, because we definitely should not go there if it's raining.
Fifth in the standings is Loris Baz, who crashed out of race one and finished fifth in race two.
Of course, we struggled much more than what we all expected, and not making the result that we wish, but we work hard and nobody ever gave up, and I think they like the way I ride, trying to always push and go for it and never give up. So we still have 6 races coming on, so we're going to try everything we can to finally go on the top step of the box.
Josh Herron is back racing in New Jersey after missing 2 rounds due to having COVID. On Tuesday, the week of New Jersey, Josh and his wife Rachel had their first child, a boy they named Griffin.
My wife was just doing everything she possibly could to get him to come out a little bit earlier, just bouncing on yoga balls, drinking tea, walking, doing everything she could. And he came Tuesday right before New Jersey, so it was a crazy experience. Glad I was able to be there, and now I really want to do good for him, but I also want to get home and see him, right? So I'm pumped to be at the racetrack, but I miss him already like crazy. So it's a weird feeling, but I'm happy that it all, he was born while I was there. That's the most important thing.
Did you see the little Alpine Star thing that they made for Josh's baby? That thing was amazing. They made like a little. It looked like his leathers. It has like all the sponsors on it. It's like a little onesie. It was pretty hilarious.
Cameron Peterson made the most of his time off after pit race. He married Nina in an intimate ceremony in California.
Pretty much just went to a courthouse, had my family there, her family, and then a few close friends. Yeah, we said our vows. It was very special, very intimate, and it was kind of perfect. We're gonna have a party at some stage, but yeah, we said our vows, said I do, and then that was pretty much it.
Coming up, Jake Gagne gives some insight on his Zen-like mentality. In the off-season, Jake Gagne moved to Colorado and quickly felt at home.
What's up? Jake Gagne, we're here at home with Odin. We're at home, we're here in Durango, Colorado, at my house, and up on the mountain a little bit. As you can see, we got a pretty killer view up here. Got some space to breathe, it's nice and quiet, so welcome. I was in San Diego my whole life, and I loved it there. I loved the people, I loved the beach, I loved the weather, but after 27 years of being in one place, I felt like I could use a change. I wanted to kind of get out of the city a little more, get into some more peace and quiet, some more nature, and I've always loved the mountains. I love the trees and being a little bit away from it all, and so that's kind of a dream come true here, Instead of watching TV or sitting on my ass, I like to get out and make little rock stacks, move some rocks around, get a little workout in, and see if I can make them not fall. But it's just fun to kind of get a little creativity, Like there's a couple over there that I just messed around and made the first day, like the first day that I moved in, and they're still standing, so it's like I don't want to knock them over, They've been going strong for a couple months.
You said you were gonna build like a greenhouse. Do you want to show us that?
Yeah, just like right here, we have the foundation kind of laid out right down there. So we're kind of putting that together and grow some food, like good quality, organic, good stuff, and not a bunch of fake Franken foods, I'm getting older. I'm 20, I'll be 28 this week. So, you know, race weekends are pretty high intensity. You spend a lot of energy, you know, you use a lot of focus. So it takes a lot out of you, you know, so it's nice to come back and be able to relax, recharge, build up some energy again, and be fired up for the next one, you know. But yeah, it's a nice little nature sanctuary, so it's peaceful and I can do what I want, be outside, get my workouts in and run around with this guy. That camera? I like, you know, I love getting out while the sun's coming up and kind of before the day starts, before you got to start thinking about stuff or thinking about what you got to do, just relax and walk in. And I've always just been an outdoorsy type of guy, and the more time I spend outside, the happier I am, the more energy I got, and it seems like everything works out better. So. When we're riding, it's pretty high intensity, you know. I think you got to balance it out with a little bit of, you know, grounding and relaxation. I do things a lot differently than most, I know, but I think everybody's got to find their own thing and find what works, and I just do what works for me. You know, over the years of racing, I find out what keeps me good, feeling good physically, mentally, and everything in between. So I just do what works for me, man. I don't play video games or watch a whole lot of movies or TV. I like to be outside and enjoy the sunshine and the weather, and it's calming, it's grounding, it brings me to a place where I'm happy, I'm full of joy, and that's about it. That's about it. Pretty simple life, man. I don't get too complicated.
Friday morning in practice 1 with 3 riders this weekend. There's a little bit more going on under the tent for the fresh and lean Attack Performance Yamaha team.
Josh was having his child, and so we didn't know if there was going to be any complications. Last couple rounds, you know, we found out he had COVID, and he was going to be there, and then the last minute he couldn't be there, so we're always shuffling a guy in last minute and jumping through a bunch of hoops and putting the team through a bunch of stress. So I decided, well, you know what? We talked to Yamaha, and they're like, yeah, we can bring in a guy just as a fill-in, and if it works, if you can handle it, do 3. We're like, no, we're up for the challenge.
It's pretty strong at the beginning and then lets go a lot. So it's like, and then that could be a lot of the reason why too, because I kind of like get on it, even to the left, and it holds it, but then it gets to a point where it kind of lets go a lot. Maybe that's more of the issue also.
Sounds like it. And the rest
I would say it's more of a electronical issue than a
suspension.
Yeah, the front end is suspension, but maybe the rear is just because of that.
Okay.
So I lean it out a little bit. It might still be flat, but ride and see. I'll help keep looking.
Honestly, I don't feel any difference. It feels.
So those splits that you had, they were low turn. Yeah, I mean.
21.2, 21.3. Yeah.
Feels good. Even I came up over turn 2, like doing my normal thing, and like it came out, I'm like, I'm not even close to the curb. Like the thing just turned, you know? Okay. Comparing to last year where I was like struggling to stay off the curb, you know?
Okay.
We're getting a good run in after this.
Yeah, and then this will be a little bit of a drop because we've got an in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
M4 X-Star Suzuki was still working on the chatter Cameron Peterson had in Pittsburgh.
I just feel like I'm struggling to turn a little bit with the front end. It feels like the thing doesn't kind of want to just fall on its side.
Hey Grant, can you shorten the pull rod 1 turn?
Yes. I'm gonna finish off the session like this.
Yep, that's good.
Get some more data and then we can talk about it after the session. But the wheelie felt better there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
After a couple more laps, Cam feels something else is not quite right, but may not have enough time to get back on track before the end of the session.
Felt like we lost power there. Like through the last turn, this last turn I could hold a pin.
I wonder if it's a tire going off. and like the TC pulling too much power.
But it didn't feel like it was spinning and taking power away. It just felt like it took power away immediately. Like I did my quick lap with it like that, but I just wanted to try to do one more lap to get a good lap in, so I just rode it like that. But for sure, it's like mainly on the right-handers.
Yeah, can we do something to lift the slip target real fast so we can go out? 30 seconds. Are we gonna make it or not? Yeah, don't worry, I don't wanna do that. He's gotta set it, and you gotta make it to the end of the pit lane. You're not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it to the end of pit lane.
Later in qualifying 1, Baz seems frustrated with parts of the track surface being bumpy.
No, I'm just trying to stay on the bike.
Yeah. Does it feel like it's more out of the front or the rear? The harsh feeling?
Like it's both.
He's 2 seconds slower in the first split, 2 seconds slower in the second split.
I'm struggling with the V4R on those tracks with a lot of bumps. I think that's the track with the most bumps in the US. So I think some motocross track have less bump than this. But I mean, it's the same for everyone. You know, I don't complain. I don't want to complain about that because it's exactly the same for everyone. But yeah, that's the main problem we have at the moment.
Near the end of the session, Baz crashes in turn 5.
That's Baz.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Whenever you do that, it means you feel a little something in the shoulder.
It puts an end to a frustrating day. Coming up, race 1 from New Jersey Motorsports Park. Saturdays all season have had no chance of rain in the forecast, and the first day of the triple-header race weekend in New Jersey is no exception. Westby Racing has felt the effects of being in second place in the point standings all season. They improve round by round, but can't quite keep up with Gagne. In qualifying, they hope to find something to help them chase him down.
Lap timer stopped working.
The lap timer stopped working. Okay, Herschel, the lap timer stopped working.
Early on, they were having problems with the transponder, similar to their issue at pit race.
We were kind of like missing sector times and whatever, but it doesn't really bother me because I've got the lap timer on the bike.
So like I can feel as I start gassing, it's like instant power.
Yeah, and the turning on those slower corners at the end.
It's just too high in the RPM in some of the corners. The first corner it's good, but it's starting to back in a little bit. But I can feel it slowing the bike down so much quicker than it was before. I just need to get used to it though.
Yes, okay. So at the minute, we'll make a change in the second half of EB in 1.
Yeah.
Too much EB. Can we come out with the EB a little bit, please?
And in the second practice, we tried a different gearing change to kind of be more similar to what the other Yamaha guys have, and we just went backwards, you know, so kind of wasted most of that second session, but it was pretty good that when we went back to the other gearing that we had, we were instantly in the top 3.
I got no grip. It turns in, the bike's just sliding, it doesn't hook up and turn. Just like I turn in over here, as soon as I turn in, the bike's just floating.
Yeah.
Tip into corner 2, floating.
Yeah.
Corner 3, A and B, it's so sensitive in the throttle.
Yeah.
One little movement and the thing's fucking going crazy all over the place.
Do you think you're happier with the other gearing?
Yeah.
It's just a bit freer? Let's go back.
I think we've just got to keep going in the direction we're going. If we try and start taking too big a lumps, we're going to get lost, and you know, I think we're closer than it seems.
After Friday's sessions, Westby Racing was feeling pretty good in the pursuit of catching Gagne. Then, on Saturday in qualifying 2, Scholz was blazing through a lap that had the potential to take away pole from Gagne.
Fastest through Sector 1 than anybody, 46 100ths shy of Jake Gagne. Quicker than anybody through Sector 2. This is a stunning lap from Matthew Scholz. His mum and his dad are here this weekend. And across the line comes Matthew Scholz. Is this an outright record? Oh, he just misses it. 20.435. That was a great lap from Matthew Scholz. And let's not forget, Roger, he is the only other rider other than Jake Gagne to win in MotoAmerica Superbike this year.
by 0.08. It's okay. It's okay. You're there by 0.08.
I missed the final sector. I got up on the inside curve and I had to roll off.
This is the closest we've been all year. Awesome effort. You guys did awesome.
So right back.
Yep. You guys did awesome. That's the closest we've been to that hippie. God bless them. We're getting closer.
I know, right?
If we had 18 rounds, we might be able to get you. I mean, you know, we might be able to win one.
I know, buddy.
Awesome job. Awesome job, guys.
Matthew Scholz is closer than ever to Gagne's qualifying times this season. The 3-week break gave him a chance to see his wife again and put him in the best mindset.
I went to Cancun, Mexico, got to see the wife there. I haven't seen her in 7 and a bit months, you know, so it was really something special and made me feel better about everything and came out with a happy heart and a happy soul.
Tony Elias is still trying to figure out what feels best on a Yamaha. And sometimes that means timely changes during precious session time.
We don't have a lot of time to do all that. Let me see. You want to run over and grab a 111 out of the drawer? We'll change the spring.
What? A spring?
Yeah.
Hell.
Well, just give me a second. Give me a second. You want a spring change? It's going to take us about maybe 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. In the drawer is a 111.
Somebody start taking that tank off.
I will. Start pulling the tank off.
We were not ready with 2 shocks. So 1 shock, I don't like this, I don't like that, but then you have to remove. In a normal condition, you have 2 shocks. Boom, boom. 3 minutes, change and go. Now, took 7-8 minutes, I lost a lot.
10 mil, huh?
Yeah.
Look, we have to bury this thing. We're at,
well, we can take some preload off of it.
Yeah.
Josh is in, I'll take care of it.
Okay, yeah, so we're at 9.
Okay.
Let's pull that all the way back and a mil more preload.
I miscommunicated, you misheard. I meant more like support from TC or power reduction. I think that change made it affect everywhere. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you said so support like on the rear.
Let's put that change back.
Okay.
And then just take out some power coming through that dip.
All right.
The team is handling the extra workload with a 3rd rider. All 3 are in the first 2 rows to start race 1. Gagne takes pole, followed by Scholz, Baz, Elias, Herron, and Peterson.
Attention all MotoAmerica teams and competitors. Up next, Superbike. HONOS Superbike, race number 1.
All right, here's a quick look at the starting grid. No surprise, Jake Gagne on pole.
I like the track. It's tough. A lot different than from the whole calendar, you know. So, but this Yamaha's gonna work good here. It always does. And so, go time.
When that light goes off, we're going. Gagne with a good launch, but Matthew Scholz going right along with him.
Moments into the race, just like all season, Jake Gagne puts a little space between himself and the rest of the field.
This is what everybody didn't want to see. This guy Gagne getting out to a quick start.
Tony Elias started strong, but Matthew Scholz was not going to let Tony get away, and in lap 7 makes his move.
Matthew Scholz now. Looked like Tony went a little bit wide there.
Pack Jake slightly ran out wide, Tony passed me, and then managed to follow Tony for the next 4 or 5 laps, and then passed him, and just kind of set into my own pace from there.
We had the speed, but we need to have more pace, more consistency, and that you can only have that working with time, and is what we don't have time for work.
Later on, Loris Bass is in a battle with Herron and Peterson and passes both to move into 5th.
I saw him go up underneath Camp Peterson the lap before, and this time he gets up underneath Josh Herron. So this is kind of what I thought might happen. I know Baz is struggling, but he's going to be able to put these laps in. I've seen him do a number of laps great. He goes out and does more laps than anybody.
Every rider's a little bit different. Loris has been around the block enough, and he's ridden at high levels, so he's very mentally strong. He's probably one of the stronger riders I've worked with, which makes my job a lot easier in that aspect. You know, regardless of what's going on, he gets back on the bike and goes out and does his job.
He's the only one that can provide information to that team and make this bike better, Jason, and so these laps are critical for them to continue to develop and move forward.
he doesn't walk around pouting and kicking rocks in between sessions, which is always very nice.
You're witnessing a rider who is on a 14-race win streak. If he can come out of this final corner and clean to the checkered flag, comes Jake Gagne.
Jake's done such a good job. His team does such a good job. The gap's too big for us to be happy with, so yeah, we got to win some.
The top 5 finishers were Gagne, Scholz, Elias, Fong, and Baz.
Our winner today, Jake Gagne, he has a 98-point lead, so he's only 2 points away from the championship at this point. So maybe tomorrow you just pack it in, let these guys win. Is that part of the plan?
I just got to do my job, and you know, when this bike is this good, I got to ride it as hard as I can every lap.
Gagne added to his record win streak, but more importantly, set himself up to win the championship in race 2. Coming up next. Sunday morning, Jake Gagne woke up to fulfill a lifelong dream. He's moments away from the chance to live it.
I've never won a Superbike race till this year, and I finally got one in Atlanta, and I guess it was good. I didn't want to stop, you know? It tasted good, so I kept going. You're never at the top of the mountain, no matter how close you are. There's always more to learn. There's always more work to do. There's always more you want to accomplish. We're all climbing some sort of mountain, but if you can engage in the climb and enjoy it and know what you got to do, what you got to learn from, then it makes it worth it, you know? He can't help himself. He's going in the water no matter what. The mud. There you go. Keeps me on my feet, keeps me outside, keeps me running around, so it's good to have a buddy, you know, like that. I have a good program with my my working out, my fitness program. I feel better than ever, and for me, it's kind of really finding a balance between doing too much and not doing enough, you know? Like I've been practicing Tai Chi or different forms of Tai Chi and Qigong for a couple of years now, more consistently, especially the last year, and that's been huge. I learn what works for me and I do what works for me, you know, simple as that. Over the years, I try to just eliminate distractions that take me away from what brings me joy in life, you know, and I think everybody knows that feeling of getting caught up in their phone, scrolling through media or whatever, and it just takes me out. It's like takes me out of my body and out of the moment, you know, and I don't know, the best things in life are real, right in front of you, not really on a screen, in my opinion. If I didn't have to have a phone, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't have social media or any of that. I've been blessed my whole life, man. I've had a beautiful, beautiful life. I've gotten raced motorcycles my whole life. I had a family that supported me, friends that supported me. Even here now, you know, you think about everything that had to happen to get me to where I am now. It's surreal. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful every day for what I got and what's to come, and enjoy the process, you know?
Three-minute boarding horn, please. 3 minutes. 2 crew, 1 umbrella. Generators and tire warmers to the cold side, please.
When the lights go out, we're getting racing.
Ooh, Matthew Scholz gets a good launch. Jake Gagne does as well, but Matthew had a nice little run. Let's see if it's the same as yesterday. Look at Bobby Fong from the second row. Bobby Fong rolls around the outside and gets the start that he wants. Gagne's up underneath him as they go into turn 2. Matthew Scholz is also up underneath Bobby Fong as they roll down into 3, but a better start. Just like Bobby said, he wanted to get a good start, Greg, and then try to do something towards the end of the race with these guys. But now Matthew Skoltz has got the start he needed where he could be right up behind the 32 of Gagne. He's got to not let him get too far out on this first lap or two.
What's so impressive about the M4XR Suzuki of Bobby Fong, and talking to Frank Aragaki, his crew chief, earlier today, was that their biggest struggle is when the bike is full of fuel and on fresh tires. The bike starts to work better as the tire life starts to beat in and wear off a little bit. So Bobby Fong with a good start, but you could see early on he was up and out of the saddle.
Bobby Fong's great start had him looking strong in third after lap 1. But in lap 2, he crashes.
So it looks like is that going to be Fong down? Just as I was talking about, Fong was only 15 points behind his teammate for third spot. So Bobby Fong puts his M4XR Suzuki on the ground. He's trying to get it up to see if it's rideable. So now that's going to move this battle all of a sudden, shifting down to Josh Herrin for third. So Gagne comes across the stripe.
Also in lap 2, Skoltz matches the race lap record. Not to be outdone, Gagne goes even faster.
A 120.0 for Gagne and a new race lap record for Jake Gagne.
And how about Matthew Skoltz goes 20.3, which was our previous lap record before.
Behind the front two, the battle for third heats up.
As Peterson looks like he's holding a tighter line, tried to go up the inside on Herrin. He won't get that done, but Herrin a little wide. Is the door open for Cam Peterson to go by? Yes. So now M4XR Suzuki's Cam Peterson, where Bobby Fong exited the final spot on the podium moments ago. Now Cam Peterson owns it for the moment.
Yeah, this is going to be a big battle all the way. And you can see Loris Baz has tucked himself right in behind this trio in front of him. They're going to do their best to try to, he's going to try to do his best to get that Ducati up front. Herrin's now going to make another run on Cam Peterson as they get down into turn number 1. And look at Tony Elias. He gets in there really deep. Is he going to make the corner, Greg? That is,
no! Tony's down!
Tony ends up crashing. You can see that happen really early. He was in there extremely deep. Just kept on trying his best to get that bike to turn. He had let off the brake lever.
Bike 2-4 down turn 1, rider is up.
So that's going to be a product of having a double bike draft coming down that front straightaway, and he's going to get into that corner just a little bit too deep and just wasn't able to get it turned.
Bobby Fong makes it to pit lane, and his crew tries to get the bike back in the race. Tony gets the bike to pit lane, and his race 2 is over.
Not bad. We're getting ready for the next one.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not bad.
I was good.
Yeah.
I was about to pass Matthew, but and I went long.
Yes.
So then Herrin attacked me, Bobby attacked me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Then many times I was kind of touched the wall.
Pushing them, yeah.
So now I brake too late.
Yeah,
and I save it. When I save it, I open the throttle.
Okay, now fix the bike. We'll get ready for the next one.
Sorry.
Clean up. You okay?
Don't touch anything, just.
Yeah. Safe.
When we come back, the HONOS Superbike champion is crowned. As he has all season, Jake Gagne has gapped the field. This time, he set sail with a championship on the line.
If we win a couple more races, we'll get that championship. So if we can do that, I'd be so stoked. I mean, it'll be my first championship in a long time. First Superbike championship, that's always been a dream here in the States. And especially with a team like Yamaha and Attack Performance and Fresh and Lean and all the great people we have involved with this team, I'm going to give everything I got to pull this off and see some smiling faces and make sure the hard work is well paid, you know.
Jake Gagne. I mean, you go out there, Jason, on lap 2, you do what Gagne's been doing, just trying to break the will of the rest of the field. He does it by shattering Cameron Beaubier's track record from last year.
Today he was pushed extremely hard at the beginning, and now Greg, he's got a 6.1 second lead. He's in the mid 21s. Now everybody else is in the 22s, and he's just kind of riding around. Looks so simple to me, and that was just a word that we used a lot. Can't take anything away from this guy though, can we?
No, and you know, that's the whole thing. Matthew Skoltz has been faster this season, especially about midway through this season. of him getting on the podium and talking about working on that riding, but also being able to really tell the crew what he needs out of this motorcycle and the crew to take that into account.
Behind Gagne and Scholz, the battle for the final spot on the podium continues. In lap 13, Baz takes over 4th and looks to track down Herrin.
Baz looks like he's in a big hurry to try to do something and go past Cam. That is a really hard place to do that, and that was a good solid pass as they went into turn 5. That kink rake, we know there's not a lot of room there.
Hey, look, and there's been no love lost on the racetrack between Cameron Peterson and Loris Baz.
Bobby Fong manages to make it back into the race, but was black flagged due to being too many laps behind.
And how about this guy? Fresh and lean attack performance Yamahas, Jake Gagne. What a statement.
Race 2 belongs to Jake Gagne, and so does the 2021 HONOS Superbike Championship.
9.5 seconds, the margin of victory. Nets him a track record. Another win. And his first HONOS Superbike Championship.
Just an incredible year for Jake Gagne.
I'm stoked. I'm still a little speechless. Like I said, all I'm worrying about is next week already. You know, we have 3 races at Barber, and I want to keep doing our thing, keep riding as hard as I can, and then after that, I'm sure I'll let it sink in when we can relax a little bit. But I'm ready to go to Barber. You know, we got 3 more races to finish off the year, so I want to do everything we can to keep it going. You know, it's still pretty surreal, I think. You know, and
Good job, man.
Well done, guys. Well done.
So, Jake, this is me looking at you. Out of all the championships that I've worked with, 9 world champions, I'd have to say that you rank up right up at the top with this one, buddy. This is for you.
So he did what he had to do. He got him in the truck. He's over Jake.
Congrats to Jake for the championship. He rode awesome all year long, and he was fun to work with, and no dramas, and you couldn't ask for a better combination of team and rider.
And Jake Gagne's got a problem. As they go through the last corner, Gagne's bike looks like it's expired on the front straightaway, Greg.
Get on your feet and cheer for Jake Gagne as he grabs his first HONOS Superbike win in his career. Jake Gagne on his way to the checkered flag for the 2nd time, and he will take another victory.
We came into the season thinking there's probably going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 different winners. This guy's got a whole nother idea about that.
Coming up over the hill for the 5th win in a row, Jake Gagne takes the checkered flag. If you've ever wondered what 7 race wins look like in a row, Jake Gagne has just done it.
Gagne is victorious.
Who's champ?
Gagne!
Who's champ?
I still can't really believe it. We've got 16 wins in a row. It's pretty unbelievable. But all I do is go out there and ride as hard as I can every lap of every race, and this bike is the bike to beat.
Hats off to all you guys.
Coming up, can anyone break Gagne's streak in race 3?
This is our starting lap period for HONOS Superbike Race 3. Bikes are on course.
It's not easy to win from the front every single race. There's always this little devil on your shoulder that's saying, did you miss a detail? Did you miss something? Did you leave something on the table? Did you make sure that everything was ready?
Gagne already with the race lap record. See what he can do on this one.
The elephant in the room is, when's he gonna lose?
20 laps for HONOS Superbike race number 3. Revs are up, lights off, clutches are out, and a good start for Matthew Scholz again, but it's gonna be Gagne. Boy, it looks like there was some contact back there as I saw a puff of smoke from tires, but it's gonna be Scholz who leads into turn number 1. Now, will Gagne try to sneak up the inside? He does again.
Relentless. He just doesn't want to let anybody lead.
First one to kind of pass Jake all year long. You got to look at the positives really. Pass Jake into the first corner. He squared me up and got me back.
But man, Jake Gagne is just like, hey, Scholz, I got you.
After Scholz is shut out of the first corner by Gagne, he continues his grip on second as the fight for third behind him heats up. At the start of lap 3, Baz passes Peterson on the front straight.
Baz gets through on Cam. Cam looked like he had a little bit of a problem in the last corner. He's trying to cut it back up underneath, so he squares up Baz and gets through going into turn 2. So Baz takes a shot as they went down into turn 1. Yeah, you can see he got in there deep, didn't he? You could tell.
In lap 7, Peterson gets passed on the front straight again, this time by Herrin.
As a move is made by Josh Herrin to take over the spot from Cameron Peterson.
I really get fired up when there's somebody that I can look at them and want to battle them, and Baz is that guy.
These guys are going to continue to go back and forth. They're in the 22-4, 22-3, so they're going to go back and forth.
I wanted to have some battles with them all year, but I've been struggling, so I haven't been able to be there with them, but that was a lot of fun.
He's going to go up the inside in turn number 1, and he'll take over the spot.
On lap 16, Herrin tracks down Baz and makes it stick for his second podium of the weekend.
As Jake Gagne comes to the stripe, takes the checkered flag, and another win. Matthew Scholz coming across the line, and then this battle for the final spot on the podium will go to Josh Herrin by 0.3 of a second over Loris Baz.
Obviously, I think 2021 has been Gagne's season, and to come out the best of the rest was pretty good for us, and I think that gives us confidence heading into 2022.
There were no excuses or anything. He left nothing on the table. The team left nothing on the table. I'm pretty pumped.
I've been really impressed with Jake's preparation and him coming to the table, and he knew what he wanted this year, and he went out and he got it.
The next round, our teams have a short week of travel to the season finale at BARBER Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama. Another triple header weekend is on tap at one of the favorite stops in the series.
I think we win all 3 of them. I think we've had the opportunity to win every race this year, just like Jake. But I say right now we're riding a really nice wave of confidence. Everybody on the team's very confident. And Matt knows he can do it.
Some of my best races have come from there, and you know, I've always got that famous memory of winning the Superbike race on a stock 1000 bike back in 17.
For a long time in my career, I've struggled at the end of races, and now it seems like it's my best part. So really happy with the progress that we've made, happy to be on the podium. It's only 2 third places, which to a lot of people doesn't seem like a lot, but it's what we needed to get the fight in us for BARBER coming up.
I did tell Jake he can go 8 at BARBER. I don't care what the result was. If he can win by as far as he can, then that's what he should do.
I think we all can take a deep breath, relax. We have a couple days to reboot, and yeah, we can try to go 8 at Alabama.
A rain race could be fun, you know, and that might slow Gagne down slightly. Hopefully, right?
Am I up? Am I in the hot seat?
With the championship wrapped up, Jake Gagne will try to extend his record win streak with a hungrier than ever grid behind him, more willing to take chances to get a win.
You know, we all want to make it to the world stage on a quality machine and with a good team, and I'm open to anything. You know, all I can say is I'll give it my all and give it to 100% and work hard and enjoy the process, have a lot of fun along the way. I know every day, no matter what, I'm blessed to be able to do this, be able to race motorcycles and do what I love, and so I'm gonna give it everything I got till I can't no more. There's a lot of fast guys in this class, and I know they want to win really bad, especially the more the year goes on, but so do we, so.
Will anyone else be able to rise to the top of the podium?